Welcome to the Financial Journey segment of your Lightbulb Moments. I'm so excited today to have my friend Alla joining us. She's a network marketing professional and the creator of Sell Yourself for Success. You're just going to love hearing from her. I so admire her grit and her tenacity. She immigrated to the United States as a teenager with her family from Russia, speaking only Russian. Can you imagine being in this country as a teenager and not speaking a word of English? Over the past 30 years, she's accomplished so much. She's an amazing businesswoman and strategist, a trainer. She's incredible in customer service. And I'll brag on you just a little bit, Alla, to say she has earned trips and all kinds of awards, and she has some really fabulous insights to share with you today. So welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Alice. I'm so excited to be here with you and with all the guests.
Oh, me too. So let's just start off with you telling us a little bit about your story. I mean, I didn't mean to give it all away right there, but that's just where you started, right? What has it been like for you to be an entrepreneur in the United States?
It has been an incredible journey. I immigrated when I was 15 years old. And while I was in high school, I absolutely fell in love with sales. I absolutely love sales. Through college, I got involved with more sales. Actually, I did while I was studying accounting, getting a degree in accounting, and I had 2 part-time accounting jobs. I got involved in door-to-door sales. And so for 3 years, I did door-to-door sales. And that is really where I even fallen more in love with sales. And I have learned so much, as you can imagine. During those 3 years, I have got to practice hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, and if not thousands of different pitches. Before they actually let us go to sell, we had an hour-long training, whether it was motivation or coaching from incredible trainers. And then we got to go and practice our skills. So not was I one of the top performers actually in a country for our company in a college program, but I also have gotten a scholarship from them. So it's been a great journey. And then when I graduated, I started my corporate accounting career. I was in oil and gas industry for over 20 years. And then I became a small business owner. And then I got involved in direct sales. And I've been with the same company for 5.5 years, my one and only rodeo is what I say. And I'm also the director of fundraising for the Nancy Lieberman Charities, where we help underprivileged kids. So I get to practice my sales skills in all different forms, ways, and fashions.
Oh my word, you are one busy lady. So tell me, what attracted you to network marketing after you already had these other streams of income? You had an outstanding, career in corporate America and doing other things. What caused you to jump in and obviously achieve so highly in your 5+ years with your company?
Some people get into network marketing because they want to earn additional income. People get in for many different reasons. I was really not even familiar with the direct sales industry altogether. I was a corporate child, and a friend gave me some product to try, and I liked the product. It wasn't really too excited to even try the product, but as a friend, I said, yes, I will try it. And about 4 days later, she reached out. She said, well, how did you like it? And I said, oh my gosh, I haven't even done anything with it. And so I told her, okay, just get off my case. I will try it. And so I tried the product. And then she said, well, will you support me? Didn't even know if I really loved it, but just as a good friend does, I took my credit card and I handed it to her and I said, do whatever you need to do with it. I do not intend to do really anything with it. But then over time, you fall in love. I fell in love with the product. And I think in order for anyone to be successful with anything, you have to have passion. And so I started to share the product I think that's what we all do. That's what this direct sales industry is all about. I started to share the product. I am now 5 years into it. I am so excited and I have such passion that when people watch me, if you were standing and you had earplugs on, you would have no idea what it is that I'm talking about, but you wanted whatever it is that I have or whatever it is that I'm doing. So I think that's the biggest, if I give you one advice, what it takes to succeed, what it takes to get those customers is just to have this deep passion, be sincere.
Wow. I guess you just taught us all about presence, right? If
Well, I
people
think
have
so.
earphones on and they see you, they don't know what it is, but they want part of it because of your presence and your excitement. I just love that. So tell us a little bit about what caused you to create the Sell Yourself for Success program, and why you feel it's so important for everybody to actually embrace the idea that we're in sales.
Such a great question. So through my years of I would say knocking doors, I have learned really important lessons. And if I had to break them down into 4 steps, which will lead me into my 4-step system, and it is the 4 P's that you have to have presence. When you meet somebody, you have only 10 seconds. You have 10 seconds to make that impression, to sell yourself, hence sell yourself for success. You have to learn. So that's the first P, is presence. The second P is people. You have to really and truly understand people and know what's important to them, not what's important to me, what I'm trying to sell. What is important to them? The third P is product. You have to understand your product. Not only have to know your product, but you have to convey to people how will your product solve their problems. So you are selling what is important to them, not what is important to you, by asking questions. So that's the third P, product. And the last P is persuasion. And that is, how do you influence people into action? So not necessarily closing the sales. What is it that you want to do? What action do you want them to take? So that's persuasion, whether it's to set up a meeting, so whatever it is. But so those are the 4 Ps. And because of my success in sales, I have people come up to me and they said, oh, what is it that you're doing? Can we shadow you? We really want to follow you. And so because of that, one day I had an epiphany. What sets me apart from getting these new customers and from being a top enroller? And it's really not that I'm better than every other person selling out there. It is the fact that I learned how to sell yourself. And so that's how the Sell Yourself for Success launched. And we all are in sales. Everything we do in life involves sales. And whether we realize it or not, it all boils down to the fact that we're selling each and every day. And while our success depends on our sales skills, really the truth of the matter is that most of us can sell effortlessly and effectively. And so my system is based on the concept that you have to sell yourself first before you can sell product, service, or anything else, or your idea.
I love that. Now our viewers know why I chose you to be our special guest when we're talking about presence on our show today. So tell me, what do you think is one key idea that you can share today that'll help our viewers improve their presence pretty quickly?
Well, there are different things. As far as just one thing, what is it about the presence? It's really confidence. It all boils down to one word, and it is confidence. And how do you gain that confidence? What is it that you can do? And in my workshop, I teach, there's 12, 13, there's so many different things that people can do. And some of these acts you can actually practice over time. It really and truly, it's not something that you can say, well, I'm going to do this and it's going to give me this confidence. But what I want people to understand about presence is that you never get a second chance to make a first impression. And that is why it's so important. And that first impression is the lasting impression that people will have of you. And that is how you will succeed when you proceed with your sales. So how do you achieve presence? How do you achieve confidence? And they're actually, like I said, there are steps. So the list goes on and on and on. And just to give you one quick thing, what can you do today? Not saying what can you practice, because I do have a long list, but start to figure out what makes you feel great. What makes you feel great? So you can take different pieces. You can go into your closet and try 5 or 6 different outfits and put on different shoes and see which outfit makes you stand up tall. Which one do you feel the best in? And wear that outfit to those special meetings when you meet with potential clients, when you meet with customers, when you want that extra business. Just knowing in your mind that this outfit makes you feel great, it will change the way you talk, the way you act. So for me personally, I'm a runner. I love running. I also love Russian music. So before any meeting, before any presentation, I run and I listen to very loud music. Russian music. And when I'm done, I am so excited about the day. It gives me a boost in my confidence. So that's just one quick little tip.
I couldn't agree with that more. The other thing I would say to everybody about your presence is, even if you're going to be by yourself all day, so many of us work at home, and sometimes it's just a day of picking up the phone, right? Or checking in with those private Facebook messages, or talking to people on LinkedIn, or whatever it might be. One thing that I do, even if it's what I call a yoga pants day, is I still, brush my teeth, wash my face, take that shower, put on my makeup, put on my tennis shoes so that I'm fully dressed and I feel great. I don't have on some scrubby old sweats. I look really good, even if it's a casual day in the office for me, because that makes me feel really confident. Okay, I'm ready. When I sit down, I suited up to show up, even if it was suiting up to be really casual. And that's okay. But I agree, have those 2 or 3 go-to outfits that you can just put on and, be totally anchored to being strong. I also think there's something to be said for having an anchor. If you have a piece of jewelry you love, or a scarf that's amazing, even if it doesn't go with your outfit, put it in your purse or in your briefcase, or put it in your pocket so that you can touch it and go, that it really just juices you. I've done that with awards that I've gotten, because I've gotten some jewelry over the years and things like that. And I'll wear that jewelry and I'll touch it and go, see, you're making a difference in this person's life, just like you did in all the people's lives that took you to earn that ruby ring.
Yes.
So it's really fun. So confidence, you obviously exude confidence. What do you think people can physically do with their bodies if they're out there and feeling a little run down? If they're not a big runner like you, I don't run. What do you think they can do, though, to have that confidence, maybe just to pick up the phone?
Yes, absolutely. So there are other things. Definitely working out will help. You don't have to be a runner. You can just go to the gym. It'll get your adrenaline going. I don't care if you even walk on a treadmill or outside a mile or two, it will make you feel great. But since we are in a direct sales industry and we are talking to direct sales people, I will just want to cover really 2 things that will give you confidence. One of them is clear mind blocks. I can't tell you how important it is. Just think, you will become what you're saying inside your head. And what I have noticed a lot of times, even with people on my team, say if we are doing a call, or if we are going to a meeting, in their mind, they will say, they're not going to want to buy from me. I'm not going to get that sale. People sabotage themselves even before they approach that potential person. Because why? Because they don't have self-confidence. So what can you do with this one particular thing? You want to say affirmations before you go to a meeting. You can say, I am great. I will get that sale. I have the best product. So don't have these self-doubts. So that's one of the things, clear mind blocks. And the second thing that I have noticed a lot, what happens and also will give you confidence, and it is believing that you are worthy. Believe that you deserve that sales. As one of my favorite quotes, it says, believe you deserve it and universe will serve it. And what I want people to do, especially in network marketing, is to visualize that outcome. What will happen? So if you are going to, let me just give you an example. So I had a jewelry business for a few years right before I got involved in network marketing business. And I wanted to get it to a particular spa. And so what I would do before the meeting, I went to a spa, I walked around and I visualized my pieces of jewelry, how they will fit in, where they will be hanging, how will potential customers, when they come in, how will they visualize it? So when I went into the meeting, I had a beautiful picture how my jewelry will look. And in network marketing, if you're selling a product, whatever it is you're selling, visualize this person actually using this. What will it do for them? Look at the big picture before you even meet with this person. You will have self-confidence. You will have more presence. The way you talk and the way you just convey the whole message will change the entire outcome.
Oh, I love that. Visualize it and say those affirmations. I'm a big believer in every morning when I'm waking up, but before I open my eyes, I declare what kind of a day it's going to be. Some days I'll say today is going to be magnificent. this morning I was like, today is going to be productive and fun because I knew we were doing this interview. And for my other businesses, I've got a lot of other things to get done today. So I just declare it so that I remind myself that I have the ability throughout the day to make that happen. So I couldn't agree more. You know, some of us fall to our stinking thinking sometimes, right? And it's time to upgrade that thinking. Whether our viewers believe it or not, everybody still has those little self-doubts. I don't care how much money they're making. When you ask them to stretch, they're like, oh, I've never thought of doing that before. Like I just asked someone who is very successful, makes $1 million a year in network marketing, to be a masters of ceremonies for an event. And they were like, oh, that's way out of my comfort zone. Now, nobody would have thought that. And I said, great, then let's do it for sure. How fun will it be? You know, so really that mindset is so important. No matter where you are in your network marketing business, you're going to have those little doubts, but you got to reprogram yourself and keep going. So as we wrap our time together, what is one key element that you might share with our viewers that maybe you share with your other team members to help them reach their goals, or maybe when they're struggling or having that doubt? What's the one thing that you tell them that has really helped people on your team to put their shoulders back, be confident again, and take that next step?
You know, when I think of what does it take to succeed, there's so many things. So it's hard to pick one element, but I will in a minute. But the three things, if I think, you got to have desire, you have to have motivation, and you have to have discipline, especially if you're in network marketing, because there's really technically, you don't really have a boss. You don't have to have anyone say, get up and do things. You know, you have to be positive. You have to be persistent. You have to have a commitment. You have to have action plan, and you have to have daily action plan. But when we're in network marketing, I think the biggest thing that we hear is why. You have to have your why, and your why is what's going to drive you. And I think a lot of times when people talk about their why, you know, it's to make money, or it's to do this, it's whatever it is. But I want everybody to just sit back and just really think, what is the why? And I've heard, so one example, so if you say, I want to lose weight, you know, so my goal is to lose weight. Well, what is your why? Oh, because I want to lose a couple of pounds. Well, that why is not strong enough. So if you took it a step further and you said, I'm doing this so my kids can see, I'm setting an example for my kids. So because I have a health condition, do you see there's a much bigger why? But I am very visual. And I think the best example, the other day, I've heard Darren Hardy's was talking about his why. And I don't think I have ever heard anyone better explain it, because I'm very visual. So I'm going to give this example and we'll close with that. And I want you to keep in mind. So Darren Hardy said that if somebody gave you a plank of wood, and it was just a long strip of wood, and they said, walk across it. And so you would say, okay, I'm going to walk across it. Great. So the goal is to get to the other end. And then he said, if you take that plank of wood and you put it between two high rises, and you were asked, now walk across it, you're going to say, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that. It's too dangerous. Now, what if your child or if your loved one was on the other end of that building? Would you do it? You wouldn't ask any questions. Why? Because your why. Because your why is that child and a family member. You don't even think about, you're going to do it. So the hows does not matter. You will achieve that why. So to close, I just want to say, have that why, rewrite it, look at it as a bigger picture, and it will help you achieve any goal that you set for yourself.
Oh, I love that. You are so right. That why, what caused you to join, the emotional attachment is really what compels us forward each day, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I want to thank you, Alice, so much for your time. You are becoming such a dear friend, and I'm so grateful that God brought us together. And I want to thank you for investing your time in our viewers today. I know they've learned so much from you about presence. And your website's posted below your picture. I hope everybody will go get there and get your free ebook, because it's really good. I know, because I have it. And thank you again.
Thank you so much, and have a blessed day. Thank you.